Hey, Dova. Hey, Justin. Hey, Deb. Thank you, Deb, for leaving the thumbs up, darling. Mr. A, one of my favorite people. Dova says Candus Bly can get a job like the rest of the population does to support themselves, especially now she doesn't have to worry about childcare. That is a great statement, Dova. Hey, Veritas. Verita, love it. Hey, Chris. Hey, Twister. Hey, Angel on Earth. Um, wow, I was looking into so many different things today. Oh, thank you, Veritas. I will pin your comment if I can find it again. Oh, wait, that's not you. Wait. Hey, Lisa. Good to see you. Carla Barnes. I think Candace is coming unhinged. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with Candace, especially if she's making her rounds on YouTube. Now, let me tell you guys something, right? Is today Saturday? Last Saturday, I lost the whole day, you guys. I could not think of what I freaking did. And it was crazy. I was like, how did I lose a whole day? Hey, Poppy. Dang her, cinnamon girl. Cinnamon girl. She's our girl. Cinnamon girl. We all love cinnamon toast. Don't lie, y'all. Y'all love cinnamon toast. Kathleen grieving Mama Jones. Well, we hope your day's going well too, Kathleen. They're fighting for the cash cow. You know, one thing I can say, and, I have to pat myself on the back for this because I was very determined that I didn't want any people of interest in the Summer Wells case on my panel. Now, I did have a few people who were like, oh, you said that, RC, and then you let Jody Sue Brown come up. Well, let me tell you guys something. The reason that I feel Jody come over and had a discussion with me is because we were discussing DV. Okay. We really didn't discuss Summer's case. It was more about her DV and what some people did to her. Gonna say evil doings has a way of making you lose your mind. Guilt will eat you alive. Do you guys think that I put Ernie's link in my description, and I also put a link to this guy called Changango Unchained or whatever his name is. Okay? Only because I kind of feel sorry for the guy. All right? So I did put his link in the description. I don't know if I'll show you what he put out or not. He is also known as the donkey guy, right? He talked about an older couple and, believing that that the child was Summer Wells. Now, what was interesting, he did a video about 7 days ago where he talked about the young girl actually came a knocking on his door. So, what I want people to realize, if there's a little girl knocking on your door and you're looking at this little girl, you are going to know if that little girl is Summer Wells or not. Now, somewhere in my content, and yes, I am not a, to the T YouTuber. I'm lazy, okay? When I started my channel, I didn't have a freaking clue what I was doing. I admit it. And my titles are shit, okay? So I say this all the time. I need to go back through and retitle some of my videos, especially my Summer Wells videos, so everybody knows what they're going to be looking at. Um, I had done a live on this Chango person. He had, I believe it was on Facebook, videos of this little girl in a camper. I can't remember if she was dancing. It was really freaking strange, you guys. It was strange, I gotta tell you. So, Candace was in Ernie's. Where you at, Ern? Heaven's baby, I have been between you and Flies on the Coastlaw. I have been watching your content on the Whitakers, and you both are putting out such good little videos and stuff on that. So I want to give you both a shout out, Heaven's Baby and Flies on the Coastlaw. So if you guys want to see some videos and stuff on the Whitakers and what was going on with that, check those two people out for sure. I know Flies has been working really hard on hers, and we definitely want to give people credit where credit is due. Believe me, that's how I roll over here. So, Twister done JS wrong. How so? I don't think anybody. What did you do, Twister? Twister, what did you do? Thank you, Poppy. What the heck did you do? So, okay, I want to tell you guys what kind of games people played with me when I had Jody Sue up here. Now, I'm not going to tell you who sent me this email, and hopefully I can find it because I don't remember the person's name. I'm not going to give out the name or anything. But this weirded me out. Okay. Let me see if this is it. I ended up talking to this person on the telephone. They were trying to get me to contact Jody. Now, see, the thing that a lot of people didn't realize when, oh, okay, Twister. When Jody came over to end up on my panel, I had never spoken to Jody. She would come into chat every once in a while. I never had a conversation with Jody at all, except for when she was in chat or the time she'd come up on my panel. And I don't know if I made her mad or not. She ain't never come back since, and I'm okay with that. But okay. Okay. It says, "You are an inspiration to me. I really hope I can speak to you privately." Like I said, I did speak to this person privately. I've never been any group. I lasted in Discord 2 weeks years ago. I spoke with TBI, but I can't find the link to Fred and Laura saying they went to the scrapyard. Well, that was easy to find. I figured it would be easy, but I'm pouring through too much useless Ziggy shit trying to find it. I hope this is the same person. This might not be the same person. Maybe. And my reply was, talk to Curse with Curiosity. She has all on Fred and Ziggy. But it was real weird because she said, I've also learned that almost every creator has never turned in any tips like they claimed. I'm so disappointed in these people who are pretending to care about Summer. I'll pay you what I can. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'll pay you what I can? What the fuck were you talking about? I may not have looked at this email very good the first time. But anywho, I ended up having a conversation with this person. Now, I'm just going to kind of give you the rundown on what was said to me. This person automatically assumed because I had Jody on my panel that me and Jody were buddy buddy tight tight. They proceeded to say that, and I'm going to throw names out here. I never do that, right? Oh, I agree, Cursed. I agree. So what this person did was proceeded to throw out these names, okay, that they knew were people that had involved themselves in Summerwell's case, okay? We're going to throw out BK, and we're going to throw out Penny, and we're going to throw out Duchess. Now, I don't even know why the girl mentioned Duchess. That was weird shit. But she basically, and I'm not going to tell her story, but she basically wanted me to get with Jody and tell Jody that if she needed her to testify against these people, then I think Chris knows what DV is. It's not divorce, Chris. Divorce and domestic violence are two different things. It's even spelled different. Chris, I love messing with you. I hope you know that. I'm just messing with you. Okay, Mr. A, thank you. So, I mean, it's just it really got to be overwhelming with some of the stuff that, and I never minded talking with people about Summerwells. I never did, because I have always felt that, hey, everybody's got their own opinion. What's up, TT? Everybody's got their own opinion. Everybody has seen things differently. When you hear someone maybe making a statement about something, you may take it a totally different way than what someone else may take it, right? And it got really overwhelming for me. And, you know, people who, oh, I've got a source. I've got a source. My source told me. Well, let me tell you what I always thought about sources. Sources don't mean shit. Okay? I could sit here and say, I got a source, and they're up on Ben Hill Road right now, and Don and Candace are still together. My source. It's, excuse me, number one, no, Sage, you don't need to rewind, honey. You really don't. I've only been on here a couple minutes. You know, why isn't your source speaking themselves? Right? Now, Candace has been making her rounds, and I want to pull up that live she did. Oh, who had that? Dang it. I think I got it in my watch later list, where she's sitting on the stairs. We've seen her sitting on the stairs before. I hope I got it in my watch later. That's Ernest. I probably can pull it up pretty easy because I don't even think I was going to show it. So, this is the thing with Candace. Why didn't Candace just say the stairs in Arkansas? You think she's in Arkansas, Chris? Oh, no. Yeah, the stairs where they were at the motel in Arkansas when the cops came because, people were trying to say that they were trying to kidnap a kid and a lady. Right? For sure, for sure. Maybe Candace should have saved that money that everyone was giving her to do nothing. And let me tell you something. She pisses me off when she blames Hawkins County Sheriff's Department for not looking for her daughter. For not looking for her daughter. Yeah, Twister's been there. Twister has a channel. We've showed some of their content before over here. So yeah, that is out there. I don't care what anybody says. She sounds freaking intoxicated. She sounds intoxicated. Let me pull my history up real quick. I know I've got it in my history. Data, what do you need, baby? What do you need, my little baby boy? Okay, that's a night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's a night that they hung an innocent man. Oh, I found it. Nature Lover. Love Nature Lover. Let me drop Nature Lover's link really quickly because I try to roll that way over here. You're a nature lover. You don't need to be undercover. Nature lover. Okay, wait a minute. And this gets me too. Some of these people, it's very easy for them to talk about Candace and say things about Candace. Hey, Jessica. But the thing about that is, they need to take accountability for things that they did and things that they said. Ernie and Benny, I'm just saying, we all watched those two guys. It was fucked up. Okay? It was messed up. For sure. And let me tell you, I don't think either one of them's gonna tell exactly the whole truth and nothing but the truth about what went down at 110 Ben Hill Road when they were there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I like them. I like Benny. I mean, I don't know the dude. I like Ernie. Of course, we know a little bit more about Ernie because he's like a YouTube whore, you know. Ernie goes around whoring around and can't help it. Yeah, I put the link in there for Nature Lover. Okay, so this is Candace. doing her little wine fest. And I don't mean drinky wine, right? I don't know what she was doing, but she had a lot of people that offered to help her. For real. I'll have to find it, Cursed. I'll have to find it. And I'll drop it here in a minute. Okay, so this is Candace. Ugh, that sounds like a cooking video.
Oh,
What is happening here? Here. Oh, I've got to sped up a lot. All right.
they're hiding.
Where's she at?
No, innocent. YouTube.
Okay, I don't know what's even happening.
Yeah, YouTube is not your friend. I will tell you that right now.
No, you're right about that. YouTube is not your friend, lady.
No, YouTube is not your friend. Oh, I've
There, I got
realized
closed
that.
captions up.
Maggie May, I'm glad you've never had a YouTube channel. I'm glad that you just have YouTube friends.
You think she's in
Coupon
Gate
Mama, I
City?
don't know where they're at tonight. They're hiding. No, innocent. YouTube's nobody's friend. Nobody's friend.
Nana! Nana, darling. I got something for you, sweetheart. I do.
No, I still have hope too, crazy. Yeah, crazy. There's some good people, and I'm
Sweetie.
not declining that.
Good to see you, Nana.
I'm not gonna tell y'all where I'm at. It ain't nobody's business where I'm at.
But you want people to give you money. You're acting like you ain't at 110 Ben Hill Road.
Why is it anybody's business where the fuck I'm at?
Because you're asking people
where
for
the
money.
F am I at?
She's never going to answer questions about Summer, you guys.
I'm just gonna tell you I'm where I feel safe at. How about that?
Lori Ann. Lori Ann. Lori Ann. I am going to talk about that. But you can feel free to go over and watch Benny if you want, okay? I don't need an announcement for Benny Keys in my chat. I can announce him myself. I don't think anybody cares where she's at, Jackie. For real. Yeah, we are all very sad that that happened to Nana. For real. For real. And that just shows you Candace's character right there. I'm just saying, that just shows Candace's character. It's been about Candace the whole freaking time.
I feel safe where I'm at. How about that?
You feel safe where you're at? Why was you not feeling safe before, Candace? What was making you I know, Lorianne. I'm sorry. I scolded you, Lorianne. I have people, don't scold me. I'm like, whatever. Candace is evil. I think she does have a little demon on her shoulder. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. For real. Why were you not feeling safe wherever you were, Candace. Inquiring minds want to know.
Thank you, Coupon. Thank you, Coupon Mama. It's not.
Coupon Mama? I need Coupon Mama.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm trying to do my best. I really, really am.
Yeah, you've been trying to do your best. Your best, ma'am, ended up having your daughter go missing. You were trying to do your best, and all three of your sons taken. And let me tell you guys something. I don't care what anybody says. Dawn was in jail. She could have done everything that she was supposed to do to get her boys back. There's no excuse. There's no excuse that she can give or Dawn on why they didn't get the boys back. It's some other dude's fault. It's always been some other dude's fault. And this is the thing, too. We've got a lot of people who inserted themselves, into Summer's case and all of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there was no transparency there. No transparency. And most of the time, the transparency didn't come out until bickering and fighting started. Then there was more transparency out. I don't give a fuck what Andrew said, act right, bitches. Are you fucking kidding me? You want to come into my chat and the first thing you want to do is mention Andrew? I don't give a fuck what Andrew Hilt said. Are you for real? Are you for real? I don't give a fuck what he said. Jesus Christ. If you're sitting over there believing what shit he's talking about, what the fuck ever.
You know, me and Donnie are still together. But we still have issues to work out. Let's just put it that way, okay? Choose all that's important. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, what husband and wife doesn't have problems, honestly? No, innocent. We are not perfect. By no means. Bring bully in him would be like married to the devil. What? Because it's been years now. What is your thoughts now on Summer? You really don't want to know my theory of it. Honestly, y'all really don't. You don't want to get it. Okay, so okay. Oh,
Okay,
you don't want to
sorry, you
hear my
guys. I
take
had to
on
take that
it, huh?
phone call. I had to take that phone call. You know what? Act right, bitches. You don't even come back over here. Seriously. I don't need you over here. That's all you ever come in here and talk about is Andrew Hiltz. I don't give a fuck about Andrew Hiltz. So I don't need you coming over here mentioning his ass. And if you believe what Andrew fucking Hiltz says, I don't know what to tell you. Lord have mercy. Um, expects any more or less. Her mentality is not of a 40-year-old. You're right, Kirst. It's not. Now, she's telling us right here that her and Dawn are still together. Now, okay, so she said that in Ernie's chat, and we're going to go over what Ernie talked about and what was said in his chat, okay? And I'm going to do it my way. I do know that Benny Keys talked about it. Y'all can go listen to Benny if you want to. I'm not telling you not to go watch Benny, okay? I am not telling you that at all. I like Benny. I do. I mean, he's cute. Him and Ernie both are just little cuties, I'm telling you. But I have my own way of doing things. So that is why I want to do it myself, you know. Because even Ernie, I think Ernie likes me, you know. I think he does. Twister. Okay. Thank you, Twister, for putting in my opinion. I could reach through this monitor and just give you the biggest hug. Thank you. Okay, so anywho, she says her and Dawn are still together. And when you hear that statement, that's exactly what you think. Her and Dawn are still together. You want to know what I thought when I heard her say that? Thank you, Nana. That her and Dawn are still together enough to where they're not going to snitch on each other. They're still together. They are bonded in evil fuck shit. I made it a half an hour before I said the F word. They are bonded over evil fuck shit. And this is what people need to understand. There were individuals who were helping Candace, doing things for Candace. You know, they were they were just trying so hard to help her in any way they can. Those people, they walked away from the situation. Now, I don't think anybody came out and exactly said why these people walked away from the situation, but I know it had to have been bad. Whatever was said, whatever came out was not good. I'm just saying. That's my take on it anyway. Uh, Lorianne, honey, I was just messing with you. I have a resting bitch voice. I get really feisty. Well, there's Ernie Shale. Oh, Ernie, I love you. You know I do. I don't love you as much as Flies love you. I can tell you that right now. I mean, Flies, she loves you, Ernie. She does. If you went up to Flies, she would give you the biggest hug you ever got in your life. For real, Ernie. But know what I'm saying. When she said me and Donnie are still together, the first thing I thought was, yeah, you are all together. Both of you are still together for not snitching on each other. Oh, Ernie, I'm going to tell her that. I don't know where she's at. She don't know I'm live. I didn't tell her. You'll love her till you don't love her, Ernie. I've done been through that with you. You groomed me. You groomed me, then you told me I was stupid. Why would you do that? Ernie, you are something else. I'll drop the link. I don't know if you want to come up here or not. Totally up to you. It does say open panel. I will drop the link. Okay, so her and Donnie's still together, but she's sitting outside. Looks like they could put some new steps in there, right? Okay. But that's what I heard. I heard her saying, we're together and I'm not going to open my freaking mouth against Don, and Don's not going to open his mouth against me. Now, Ernie, don't tell me that you wasn't loving and hugging on her, okay? You did what Jose did. Jose loved and hugged on her too, okay? And she just spilt her guts. She spilt her guts about Donnie and what a piece of crap he was. Donnie went and he kept getting them prostitutes, and I don't think she gave a shit about him doing substances. I think that she wasn't happy because she kept finding underwear in the vehicles. I'm just saying. Did you see any underwear in the vehicles up there, Ernie, when you took the pizza up there? I don't know. I'm just asking. My lives take a fucking sideway track all the time, don't they? It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Nana says she is not at 110.
All right. Well, I'll tell you my theory of it.
Tell us your theory.
And I don't give a shit who hears it.
Who hears it?
I hope everybody in the East Coast, West Coast, and the
I'm listening, Candus.
F Coast, and Atlantic Coast, and everybody around it hears this. You know what happened? You know what I think happened? Honestly, the God's truth.
No. Did you hear that? You know what happened. You know what happened. Are you guys hearing this? You know what happened. She caught herself. She caught herself. You know what I think happened?
Is I think some fucking stupid motherfucking hillbilly motherfucker, excuse my French, come up there and took my daughter away from me. That's what I believe.
Why would they do that, Candace? Why would some dumb fuck hillbilly motherfucker just come up on your hill to take your daughter when you were with your daughter that whole day? How did that hillbilly motherfucker take your daughter when you were there, Candace? Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
And that's what I feel in my heart.
You feel it in your heart. Ernie, she felt you in her heart too. She did. She was like, Ernie, you're a great guy. It's not about the money. I got that video. It's not about the money. I want to find my daughter. And as I've stated before, Candace can say that. I don't know where Summer is. Okay? She can say that and be telling the truth, right? Well, maybe not her heart. Oh, I'm not laughing at you, Ernie. I'm laughing with you. You shouldn't have called me stupid. For real. That's like opening the floodgates for a freaking roast. Maybe I'll roast you, Ernie. That'd be fun. You would have fun, Ernie. You would. You would have fun if I roasted you. Okay, moving on. Hey, Evan. I don't want to say your whole name all the time. How about if I call you 924? Hello, 924. Are you related to 8675309? I wouldn't put it past. She's in the top floor. He's in the bottom floor. Oh. I don't need your money. I need your cash app. Isn't that the same thing? Hidden money and cash app the same thing? Oh, yeah. I kind of already did that, Vegas. But we could, yeah, the Pecker Wrecker juice. Yeah, that was a good one. Did you hear that one, Ernie? That was pretty funny. I was trying to sell your Pecker Wrecker juice for you. I was. Honestly, I was.
No, I don't believe it was CPS like Donnie believes.
No, I don't
but
either.
That he's a man. He has his own beliefs.
But he's a man. But he's a man. What does him being a man have to do with what he believes in? I knew she would fight with Dawn as soon as both Ernie and BK started doing live. She's playing a game. Oh, Sage. That is interesting. That is interesting you said that. Knight says roast Ernie. I will roast Ernie, but not tonight. Okay? I can't do it today. I got other things on my mind. I'm trying to get my mind right. You know?
And I have my own beliefs.
What's your beliefs, Candace? Oh, that's right. Some hillbilly motherfucker came up here and lured your daughter away, right?
Yeah.
And I ain't going to say that the possibility that a hillbilly motherfucker didn't come up on the hill and lure Summer away, because I don't know what happened to Summer. But it's sad. It's all sad to me. I know that I make fun and I laugh, you know, and try to make light of situations. But Summer Moon Utah Wells went missing on June 15th of 2021. We are now into 2025 and nothing. We have nothing. Candace could never control anything that was going on YouTube at all. At all. And Candace tends to listen to individuals that she probably doesn't need to be listening to. Okay? She's saying things that I don't understand why she wants to burn bridges with individuals that are the last people she wants to burn bridges with. But like I said earlier, some of those people that walked away, it had to have been something really bad for them to have started distancing themselves, right? I know Twister asking for cash apps, start over. Why lie about the small stuff? That's a good statement too, Lorianne. Why lie about the small stuff? I am, if you want to just come up here and hang out, Justin, the link is in there somewhere. Moonflower. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. She's been lying from the beginning. And this is what I said from the beginning to you guys. If nobody, well, probably some people, because some people are pretty malicious and mean, like Ernie for calling me stupid. That hurt my feelings. I cried over that. And I was out of sandpaper. The cry closet was full. I couldn't even get into the cry closet. It was a fucking mess. I mean, seriously. No, not seriously. But anywho, when they started immediately making her out to be this helicopter mom, okay? They didn't have to do that. And I think that they were doing that because at the time, the boys were still there. And she didn't want to lose her boys. Oh, May May. How are you, May May? And I want to let you guys know I am sending the most love and prayers and well wishes to wee Scottish mom. We love you, girl. We love you. And I'm thinking about you constantly. Thinking about you. For real. And we are praying for you. She's not doing real well. But you guys know I don't like to come out and talk about things going on with people. But we needs us right now. And we love her. We do. And I've always loved, she's been a part of my channel forever. I've been around her before I even started my channel. And she's a good girl. And we're praying for you, darling. So, with Smudges, how are ya? What's wrong with Duchess? What's wrong with... I didn't know anything was wrong with Duchess. What's wrong with Duchess? Dang. We're just praying for everybody right now.
Hey, I'm like totally on delete on like I
Oh,
don't even want to name names
Duchess, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. I really am. Prayers, darling.
because it's just bad.
Why don't you want to name names? Because instead, what you've done is you've watched people on social media do background checks on even people's dead fucking dogs, okay? And cats. Don't forget the dead dog and cat scenario. And even when you talked about Fred, I ain't gonna say nothing about Fred because he's scary. You mentioned Tony Hammond being on the hill that day. Why don't you tell us who told you that, Candace? Because guess what, Candace? You allegedly wasn't on the hill that day until what? Supposed to have been around 3:19 you got home? Or some shit, right? What if I told you I have a SS of someone who said she'll never wash her hand again after meeting? No, 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 that's more than fucking weird, cursed. That is weird. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Now, look, I ain't gonna step on Candace's bag. We all need freaking money. I am poor. I am freaking poor. I told you who Fred said Candace talked to about. Oh, did you tell me that? Because I must have forgot. I must have forgot, Curse. Sometimes my mind just doesn't, hold on to things that needs to be held on to. Oh, Chad, thank you. That's who I thought. That's who I thought.
Yeah, I heard there's a new sheriff in town. I did hear that.
Is there a new sheriff in town? You know what that means, Candace? Maybe they're coming for you, lady. And maybe they're going to be coming for your husband. Maybe the reason that your boys were given to the state was because the state definitely had things that, like your husband said, they could keep taking you back to court over and over and over. Whatever, little maid. I don't need to hold on to my cooter, honey. My cooter's just fine, thank you. And no, I don't know anything. So guess what? Go troll somewhere else. Because I don't. If I fucking knew anything, I would be telling law enforcement, or Summer Wells would have been found by now. So you go back over there with Candace. Go back over there with Can. Yeah. Because, like, crap, Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid knows everything, y'all. All right. You got your fucking troll shout out. Poof, poof. Poofy, poof. And that's where you're a ding ding. This ain't even monetized. How about that? Fresh eyes on the case. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, you're right. There ain't nothing wrong with taking care of cooters. For real. Supposed to be an 2026. Thank you, Moonflower. Thank you. Maybe she can teach cooter care over there. Oh, Lorianne. That's a good one. Yeah, Little Mermaid. Now, I hear Candace ain't very clean. Go over there and teach her cooter care, okay? That is funny. I love you guys. You guys are on it. You guys are on it. For real.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, but I don't believe he's going to be any better than Ronnie Larson. Sorry, my opinion.
Why not, Candace? Why not?
Hold on, I'm trying to read the... No, I'm not going to, innocent.
Yeah, you are, May May.
What do you mean? I don't think that happened, Justice Jane.
What?
Yeah, I believe she was lured off too. Yeah, I sure the hell do. But I'm not gonna name the names.
Why not?
Are you still with...
Did you tell law enforcement, Candace? Because and this is just what I've taken out of this whole time, hey, Moonshine Girl, is the fact that you don't communicate with law enforcement. You don't communicate with law enforcement. Cooter care with Can. Oh, May. That is so funny. My breathing is bad. Her wheezing makes me feel like I'm suffocating. Yeah, I heard her wheezing. You know, one thing, Candace does have a bad heart. She really does. And all of this, do you guys remember? Oh my God, here comes Jackie with some cooter language. 50 ways to clean your cooter. 50 ways to clean your cooter. You got Little Mermaid. You got Candus Bly. If you go over there, they'll show you how to clean your cooter. Yeah, she's wheezing pretty good. But yeah, she does have a heart condition. She really does.
Donnie.
You have to watch how you say Donnie on social media. Okay? Because people are like, did you hear how they said Candace? Did you hear how they said Donnie? So I guess there's different ways to say Donnie. Okay, let's try them out. If you're mad at Donnie, then it's Donnie. If you're trying to sex him up a little bit, maybe it's Donnie. If you know he's lying, then it's Donnie. I don't know. I'm just fucking around. Hey, there's a lot of places that need competent sheriffs. There's an actual channel claims to be Cooterville. Oh. Sarah, the artsy ninja. Girl. There is a channel. I can't remember the name of it. I got to go back through my email and look. The Cooter team, I don't know. Something fucking weird. Dawn and Dawn. Blue waffle cooter can. Oh. What does it have to do with J for Justice? That had nothing. What I'm talking about had nothing to do with J for Justice. It's something else. I'll have to pull it up.
Yes, I am.
You are what?
Can you see FH at all before or after the same and y'all come home? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Yeah, explain yourself, because I don't know what they're asking you either, Can. And I'm going to sit on here and say, Can from Cooterville is going to give cleansing your cooter lessons. And her special guest on panel is going to be Little Mermaid. So y'all go check that out, okay? Because they know about that stuff. I don't know anything about it. For real. For sure. Girl, my cooter's just fucking fine. My cooter is fine. My farewell to Ronnie. Middle finger, don't let the smash your face on your way out. Don't let the door smash your face on the way out. It's don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, May. She's from Liarville, no home training. Look, I don't care who goes and gives Candace money. I really don't. I want people to know that. If y'all want to pay for Candace's way through life, go right on ahead. But the thing about it is, we have watched Candace at times do better. We have. They don't make the cooter cleaner strong enough. Not if it opens inwards. Look, we've heard, hey, Bomba Cat, we've heard so many different people say that, oh, you know, there's going to be an update on the Summer Wells case here in about 2 weeks. Ernie, you said that to me like a year ago. What the heck is going on with it? Well, I can't, I'm not going to sit here and say how she should act at all. Yes, the times yes, I'm going to pin that comment. The time she was doing well, she had women constantly uplifting her, guiding her, making sure that she had the correct clothes, making sure that she was really, you guys, I don't care who makes fun of Candace. I'm not going to make fun of Candace and her appearance or anything like that. And because I'm not going to do that. But I mean, she was looking at one point pretty freaking healthy, But no, I'm not here to step on her bag. Anybody that wants to help her, that's on you. That is on you. Doesn't have anything to do. Yeah, well, me too. I mean, I can't say how someone should act if they have a missing child. I don't know. Thank God I've never had to deal with that. You know, of course, I had freaking my heart jump out of my chest a couple times when you're in a store. We were at an big amusement park, and Chad was just little, and 1 second he was freaking gone, and I freaked out, and I did not care how I looked because I was like, ah, I wanted my freaking kid. Cinnamon Girl, she should really still clear of the tragedy pimps that are doing nothing but making money off her. They tried, Cinnamon Girl. They tried. They invested in, I'm not going to say everything Nana for Life did and what I know for a fact she did. She's never needed to come out publicly and talk about things that she did. But Nana invested a lot into helping Candace. What people don't understand, some people were trying to help Candace. So when Summer was found and Summer came home, guess what? She was coming home to a mother who wasn't tilting the bottle every freaking night, who wasn't, you know, allegedly messing around with teenage boys, or, and I say allegedly on that. They wanted to help her become the person that they were basically told, because we all were told what kind of a woman that Summer looked up to. And I think people were really trying to help her with that, for sure.
I believe it was you, Hunter. Then you buried her somewhere. Like, wow, are you fucking for real?
I do not believe that Hunter had any part of what happened to Summer after they got home. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Um, we looked at, and I'm not going to talk about Hunter. I mean, I always, and my people can tell you this, that's been around my channel for a long time. I always went on the defensive for Hunter. I didn't like people going around talking about him doing things with Candace and things like that. At the time, even though Hunter always portrayed himself as being a man at 15, he wasn't a man. And he didn't have the right guidance and, in my opinion, father figure. He was used for dollar signs. I think Hunter knew that himself, in my opinion. Uh, but I truly don't believe that, that's just my opinion, that he was had done anything to Summer. He that's my opinion. He didn't do anything to Summer at all. And don't forget, there were like 4 TBI agents, 3 or 4 TBI agents that went and questioned him. And even Chris McDonough said the last agent that talked to Hunter was a female. Was a female. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know that there was touchy feely shit going on there. I can't say that. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Do I think that the verbiage between Candace and Hunter was off the charts? Yeah, I do. I do. Um, it's out there on Facebook. There was like, you know, weird verbiage between both of them. But did people really think that Hunter was going to come out on social media and admit to having any kind of relations like that with Candace? Are you kidding me? But no, I was a person that tried to, hey, split pea soup. Um, I just didn't like people who, you know, um, who did that stuff. Hell, I called him H long after he turned 18. Long after he, and I hope nothing but the best for him. And I still hope nothing but the best for him, for sure. I've seen those who have tried to help her, but I have seen the polar opposite who were only, yes, I agree with that, Cinnamon Girl. Yes, I agree with that. There were a lot of people who befriended Candace, acted like they were her friend. They were recording everything that she was saying, putting it out on YouTube. That absolutely happened more times than we can count. There were also people who were getting close to Candace only because they knew if Summer was found, that that would give them access to Summer. And that is true too. I seen that happen more than I could count. But, I hate to tell people who want to come in here and act like I don't know shit. I know what I see. I know what I have in my back pocket. But never will you ever hear me say that I know anything about what happened to Summer, because I don't. I don't believe a darn thing inappropriate happened between H and Candace. Yeah, me neither, Cursed. Me neither. You think he was used for an alibi? Well, that's interesting, because then we have to go back. We have to. Let me play some more of this, and then I'm going to pull my notes up. Okay? I'm going to pull my notes up today. If y'all are here for it, I'll be here for it. Honestly. We'll get my notes pulled up, and because my notes are factual, my notes, if there is something, if there's hearsay, I say it's hearsay. If it's factual and it came from the person's own mouth, you're going to hear me say it came from their own mouth. If it's my opinion, I'm going to say it's my opinion. Okay? If it's a theory, I'm going to say it's a theory. I don't need to sit over here and waste my time fucking thinking up shit off the top of my fucking head. So, I mean, seriously. Oh, thank you, Cinnamon Girl. Thank you. And I do try to see, all the different angles of stuff. When you're on the outside looking into a situation, you can kind of see things that other people may not see, because they are closer to the situation. Right. If he was an alibi, then that would be considered premeditated. I think a lot of people go back to the text that was put out. It was, let's see, Summer went missing June 15th. It would have been, was it June the 4th or something, when that text was put out, that it was almost word for word verbatim what the June 15th text was between Candace and Hunter. So that is really weird. I have the exact date and the verbiage. Yeah, the 4th of June. The 4th of June. So yeah, I mean, because that day, Curse is right, that day, they would have had to pre-plan the going fishing, which they didn't go fishing. But was it 2021? You know what? That's a good question, Cursed. And I'm sure I have that in my notes off the top of my head. I cannot say that was 2021. Date's not on the SS. So whoever this is telling Candace that they believe that her and Hunter did something.
Well, bitch, you just need to go somewhere. See, this is why I don't come on here. Because people think that I did something to my daughter.
That's not true, Candace. There's many times you have came on social media, you've had a good time. I'll never forget a live that you did with Benny Keys. And it's probably still out there. I'm sure I got it, in my Summer Wells list. where it was specifically stated, we're not here to talk about summer. Do you remember that, Candace? I don't think it was the time that you wore the foil hat on your head. I don't remember if it was the live when you were singing Tim McGraw, Feel Like You Were Dying. I don't think it was that one. You have been on many of people's channels where people were not being accusatory at all. I'm just saying, I seen it. That's what I seen. I don't know, if anybody else seen it or not.
Do you know my daughter is my life?
I believe she was
She
your
is
life.
everything to me.
Was my life. Now, is she saying was because Summer's been gone this long? They were saying was from the very beginning. I'm sure, Sage, that law enforcement has done a lot more than what people are giving them credit for. If you listen to H and Chris's interview, it sounds like he says he did not tell Ellie about the alcohol. Maybe he didn't. Twisted Tea, if I remember correctly, has like a 5% alcohol content in it. Candace, when she did the interview, I believe it was with WJHL, and I could be wrong, you guys, spoke about what a filthy place it was and all the twisted tea cans down there. You guys remember that? All the, twisted tea cans and how, dirty the place was. And I remember thinking to myself, why the fuck would you take your daughter there and let her get in that water? Because if it's that bad out of the water, you don't know what was in the water, right? From the beginning, Don Wells himself said they wanted friends. They wanted friends. Don had guys that he talked to at work. Right? For sure. Okay.
Y'all just don't even know.
No, we don't know, Candace. That's a problem. Yeah. Yeah, chopstick. Or chapstick. Sorry, I can't see.
Thank you, innocent.
Is it a good fishing hole, Cursed?
My daughter Summer was my everything. She was more to me. Y'all just ain't happy until I cry. And then when I cry, y'all ain't happy anyway because, like,
Hello.
Hey, Justin.
Hi.
I'm gonna mute you out, honey, because I can hear your
I'll
TV and
keep
stuff.
me.
Okay. Okay. Justin's hanging out, but I got him muted, you guys.
I mean, I'm not talking about the people that care. I'm talking about the people that hate.
There were a lot of people that do care, Candace. A lot of people that cared about you.
Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that so much. I wish I knew. Like, they will not let me look.
That's bullshit. I get so just aggravated when I hear, oh, you're welcome, honey. When I hear her say that law enforcement will not allow them to search. I would be going over every inch of that 11 and a half acres. Every inch of it.
Do you mind if I chat in your private chat if it's okay?
You what, honey?
Chat in your private chat on the side.
Yeah, I see you in there. I mean, you can if you want. I'll see you. I'll see it. I'll keep an eye on it. Okay. She got poor me syndrome. Girl, I have poor me syndrome sometime too, Poppy. For real. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for myself. Yeah. Don't know what she's really thinking in her mind to sound upset, for sure.
Or let me search for my own daughter.
That's not true. I don't
Don't you
believe
think
that.
that's pretty fucking sad?
Now, this is what gets me because she sure will. She sure will. Happy Saturday to you too, Justin. They need to go back to Belfields Road. All right. Well, call them and tell them why, Trish. Go on the TBI website and tell them that why. You're gonna have to tell them why. Give them an idea of why you feel like they need to go back to Bellsfields Road. For sure. No one would be able to stop me from looking. Then you hear her saying this live, let's go look for Summer. Wow.
Man, I want to look for my daughter.
Well, if you did it 5 months ago, what is the thing? I mean, Ernie Shell, come back over here for a minute. Maybe Ernie will go look for you, Tricia. Tricia said that, in her opinion, that she feels like they should go back to what'd you say? Belfields Road. They were close. Why do you feel like they were close? I don't know what Ernie's email is. Are you kidding me? if you sent him pictures and stuff. So you're telling me that you had pictures of Summer at Bellsfield Road. Is what you're saying, right, Trisha? Trisha, did you used to have a channel? Did you used to have a channel? Yeah, all you got to do is go to Ernie's channel and go to his about. So, where did you get the pictures of Summer at Bellsfield Road? Oh, congratulations, Justin. Where'd you get those pictures at? I'll tell you what, I'll drop the link. I mean, if you're going to come in chat and say something like that, take the link and let us ask you some questions, right? Google Maps. You got pictures of Summer off of Google Maps? Yeah, what date were the pictures taken? Oh yeah, Ernie is hurt right now. Cursed. What? You got pictures from Google Maps on Bellsfield Road that had Summer Wells in them. I don't think we're going to get an explanation. Huh. Is it the big shadow pic? Oh, the shadow picture. Yeah. Justin Retro Stuff TV show channel. Wow.
Daughter anytime I can. But fucking Hawkins County won't let me.
That's not, I don't believe that, Candace.
Yeah, I just posted.
They won't let me at
11 minutes
all.
ago. Please subscribe there, everybody. I have 477 subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you, Justin.
I'm sorry.
No, I got you. No, me neither, Cinnamon Girl.
They won't let me look for Summer. I begged them to let me look.
No.
And they refuse to let me look.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Do you guys really think that she begged them to let her look for Summer? She doesn't even walk her own property. She didn't even walk her own property. I didn't get involved in Summer's case till 6 months ago. Oh, you had a source that led you to the area. You found out that there were tons of searches in that area. So they have info for that area.
Can you drop my channel link in the chat, please?
What, Justin?
Can you drop my channel link in the chat, please?
Honey, we will drop your link. I promise, okay?
Okay.
You said you got it from Google Maps. Trisha. Now, I know that I sound like a bitch sometimes, and I'm going to try to say this without sounding like a bitch to you. If you really feel that there is relevant information, because you said that you sent stuff to TBI 6 months ago, 5 months ago. I would contact them again. I'm just saying, I would contact them again. I do know that there's newer people that are coming into the Summer Wells case, and I do know that y'all's got different opinions and stuff on the situation. Hey.
Hey, what's going
Big
on?
guy, what are you doing?
Nothing much.
So, I don't even know what to ask you. What have you been doing, Ernie?
Survival of the fittest.
I know.
Oh, hello.
Let me ask you this, Ernie. Do you think if somebody, a lot of the information that has been put out about Summer's case, newer people who are becoming involved in the case is looking at some of that stuff and just they're going to have their own opinions and theories on it and everything else. But you are actually around that area. You know that area. I know what you say you think happened to Summer. Let me just ask you this, because Dawn is way up there on your list. Can I say that to be accurate?
Yeah.
That's accurate, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, see, look, there's a lot of suspects. There's a lot of people. There's nobody been ruled out. And, I think that a few creators is really, really touched on a way that on this case that a lot of people did not do. And I think it's going to come back in a circle. And I think a lot of people are going to find out that there are some creators out there that are really trying to do what's right for.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. There are a lot of creators who have, always been for Summer.
And you'll find out too. There's a lot of creators that's changed their minds on a lot of aspects of it, and a lot of creators who down to other creators, and because of the hype of it. And you'll find out that there's a lot of creators who are working together, even as of now, to do what's right and help law enforcement in finding Summer Wells.
Well, I mean, my opinion on that is the way it should have been to start with. But we're talking about social media, and especially with Summer's case, every creator wanted to have something that they could put out that, would basically top the other creator. And, that's YouTube. That is just YouTube. That's the way YouTube is. Right?
Well, if you've seen the way last night, Candace came in my chat. She's been in here a couple of times,
right?
And I'm not going to press Candace because that's the wrong way to go about doing anything. Candace has free roam. I gave her a wrench. She can do whatever she needs to do, and she can go from that. From here on out, the way I look at it is, I'm gonna look at it in a different way than what I approached it at even. But there are things, that I'll always question, and
Well,
I'll always
let
have
me
that.
ask you this, Ernie. Do you believe that Candace is where her guilty knowledge is? It concerns Dawn.
I'll say this, and it's just like I told Candace before. I think that there's a lot, and she even agreed that she cannot tell you two because of law enforcement. But there's a lot that she don't want to put out there because of what's going on with it. Even now, I think even now with TBI looking into it even further. But there's just things that will never add up about that case. And one thing that don't add up to me is the main timeline of it all. I said that from day one. I don't think the timeline adds up. I don't
No,
care.
I don't either.
There were several. Even Don in the interview said there were 7 or 8 different timelines, and law enforcement told him to pick one. Well, you don't just pick a timeline.
That's Ernie. When he said that, I did not believe that. I did not believe that TBI said, go home and get with her and get the timeline right.
Well, you have to remember he said that on my interview,
Right.
and
I've got your interviews only because I transcribed them. I'm weird, Ernie. I transcribe shit.
I know you
Um,
do, and I kind of like that because you're about wording, and I am too, and I'm about past tense and all that.
right.
There's things that can be taken into consideration, but the things about it is too. There's also things that revolve around that whole case that you have different players in the game, and and the biggest thing about it is every week it was like a soap opera. There was new players that was introduced, and
And it's still
you know,
going on. That's still going on. New
yeah,
players
but
being
yeah, but you're
introduced.
also looking at. Let's look at this too. Look at the state of Tennessee. Look in that general area. Look in the 3 hour radius within that general area. Look how
Right.
many kids have been missing. Look how many people go missing in that area. And then look at there's similarities. There's similarities, but none of those little kids that go missing in that area catches the media's attention
Right.
like Summer Wells did. And Summer caught everybody's heart, and that's just uh, that's just the way you got to look at it. In order to understand that case, and well, in this case in general, is a lot of people think you have to take up and have new eyes look at it, which that's good to have fresh people looking at it because it forms different opinions, different scenarios. What may or may not have happened, nobody knows. They're the people. It don't matter who we are, what we say. We cannot tell what went on. And here's what I get mad at. I get mad with people automatically when Candace is in the chat, and people always grab a hold of her, and then they try to rip her apart
Right.
for information. That's not
Right.
the way to go about doing anything.
Well, and because I think people need to understand too, Ernie, that after all this time, she's never said anything. She's never given a inkling. And I think that people are drawn to you with the Summer Wells case because you did have that one-on-one time with Candace. Now,
I did.
well,
I got to
I
see Candace
know.
at a.
Well, let me tell you, I fucking joked about it and everything. I don't lie to you about joking about shit. The fact that, and you can answer this or not answer this, but I kind of felt like she, she was talking with you about a lot of the things that, that Dawn had done to her. Maybe not so much. I'm not talking about like DV or whatever. But I feel like she trusted you enough to open up and, kind of let you know the way that possibly Don had treated her, some of the things he had been doing, because she trusted Benny enough that she opened up about Don and, his shenanigans in Knoxville. And we also know, I know that when a lot of people from the area talk about Knoxville, sometimes they're not necessarily talking about Knoxville. They're talking about from that area to Knoxville and all the places in between. And so I just felt like that, she opened up to you about some of that stuff going on. That was just the way I felt.
Okay,
So
so let me say something. When you say Knoxville, you talk about Knoxville, Tennessee, you also have to understand that there's a lot that big connections that Don Wells has, even till now, he still has with Knoxville, Tennessee.
right,
Knoxville, Tennessee, and I know what Knoxville, Tennessee. I know a lot about Knoxville, Tennessee. I actually hunted in that area multiple times, especially Cherry Street over around, and even going down in towards Sevierville and all that. But I know a lot of people there. I know a lot of people around that area, and I know how it is, and I know what the culture of it is, and I know, in certain sections what's there.
right.
But the fact of the matter is, with Don Wells, you have to understand. In the beginning, I wasn't searching him out. He searched me out. He was the one. Remember, before I even talked with you, Candace, you remember when they were like Predator Hunter Nation took Don? You remember that? They were standing on top of things and Don was,
Right.
you remember that, right? That was before we became involved.
Yeah, I remember when you
So,
and Predator Hunter Nation was supposed to have like a meeting with Don, interview type thing, and he ghosted you guys, right?
well, it wasn't a ghost, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that here probably next week sometime. As the past is going to come back around. If you'll notice, there's a lot of people that's starting to look at it differently. Everybody's starting to look at me differently as well too, and they're saying like, "Wait a minute, you had something, you was doing it a different way." Well, I was doing it a different way, and I'm still going to do it a different way. And even though I'm broke up and out of hell right now and in New York, but you
Right,
know what? I can move around. I can go places. I can do what I need to do
right.
and get things done with it. But with Candace, the biggest thing about it is. Notice last night. Let's just play it out this. Last night, she talked about White Boy Radio
Right,
and how she's being used. Right? Correct.
right.
What did a son of a bitch do right directly afterwards? He went live, right? And what did he do? He dogged her. Why would you do that? You know, if somebody's saying something on you, you do something. You don't go immediately. You go live right after and say, "Oh well, she we paid her phone bill, this," but she wants nothing to do with him because they're in it for themselves. They're in it for the money, maybe. Now, me and Candace, we've had our ups and downs. We've really been through the thick and thick of it. Every time I come on a panel, her and Dawn would drop. They would not want to talk to me for some reason. But
Right.
again, we'll get to that later. But now look at what's going on. She come back. She goes back to my chat. We're sitting here and having a civil conversation. You know why? Because I never made a damn dime off her daughter. I never wanted to. Like last night. I could have put my cash up and probably, 50, $60 here and there. I didn't want to.
You
And I
didn't you didn't you didn't put her cash app up either, right?
I put her cash app up, yes. And I even donated to her for food.
What do you
Now,
think? But what do you and I don't know. That's why I'm asking you and your opinion on it, right? What is happening with her right now? Because
well, I mean, I
there
think she's going through a time right now. She said a couple of different things, and who am I to judge? Look, I'm not going to dig in someone's personal life. That
well, you don't
TBI
have to, Ernie. You
pretty
already
much,
did.
but TBI is pretty
That's
much all the
done
way.
happened a while back.
Yeah,
So
years
I
ago,
mean,
but
you don't
still.
have to do it again. I
No,
mean,
but
that's
digging and digging. But I already know. I mean, I already know those people. I already know a majority of it. But the thing about it is, those people have already been, TBI's done what they're supposed to do. I'm letting law enforcement handle it. I think that, there are some questions that should be answered. And, but again, you
Well, I
can't just
think we
force
all
someone to
agree
do
with
something.
that we've all sat here this whole time wishing that they would just give us a little crumb of bread to go on.
But if they give you a crumb of bread, it also gives the game plan away, and then there you go. See, there you go. Then you're back in the. Then guess what? There's blood in the water. Soon
Well,
as
no,
somebody
I
says
mean,
something about a Summer Wells case, listen. If there's something on the news and it says Summer Wells, guess what? There's drops of blood in the water, and what does that do? That attracts sharks. It always will. It don't matter what it is. Even and you know, I like a lot of these creators out here. I know a lot of these creators like Justin Neal and uh, you know, there's a lot of creators that's handled out that Benny Keys is, and we see Benny Keys do Look Out Alive. You know, I'm interested to hear Benny's turn of the story. I want to hear his side. I
well,
want to hear what Benny has
I've
to say.
asked before. I asked Benny one time to have a conversation with me, and it was yes, ma'am, I'd like that, and I've never talked to him again.
Hmm.
And a lot of times, like when you come up on panel, I don't have any questions ready to ask you. Now, if I go back through my notes, I would probably have 1,000
You
that
should.
that
You should. You
that
should do that
after
sometime. We'll
after
plan
you're
something.
gone, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have asked Ernie this or that.
We'll
Um,
plan something sometime. We'll plan something sometime. But you know, let me say this about Benny. Look, I've been talking with Benny. Me and Benny, we talk every once in a while. We again, we still go back and forth, and we always will. But you know, the thing about it is, we look at things completely different now. Both of us do. Benny's not in for the drama. I don't want to be in for the drama no more. I could care less about anything about these idiots, what they've done, and what they say about me because I know what the facts is, and I know what I just done just the other day, and that proves everybody wrong on everything they said. So,
well, let
and
me
I'm
let
not going
me
to
ask
put that
you
up on
this.
YouTube.
Let me ask you this, and this is a legitimate question. I'm not trying to be a bitch or anything like that.
Go ahead.
Was there a point when uh, you and Benny were just striving to outdo each other? And that's a legitimate question, Ernie.
Well, there's always competition. Here's the thing: it was really not really competition with me, but Benny. I was Benny's worst enemy at one time. Like, I mean, I wanted to shoot the guy. So seriously, I mean,
Yeah,
but you
I know.
know,
Yeah, I know. There was a
we
lot of
we had we had our
animosity
points, but you
between
know
you two.
what? That separated me, Benny, and then that had his crowd going, that had my crowd going, and then we would switch in and out, and then some of Benny's would come over to me, Benny and mine would go over to Benny's, and you know it worked, and but it was a head on head collision with me
Right.
and Benny. But the fact of the matter is, what if me and Benny would have been working together? What would have happened then?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
So and we've talked about this, and even another creator, which I'm not gonna bring in right now. There's a couple more creators who, you know, I think we're getting ready to have a power team, and I think it's going to be great. But I'm not going to say. But here's the thing with White Boy Radio. You have White Boy Radio. The dude actually dresses like a woman. You
Hey,
remember that?
Ernie, wait a minute. Because
Listen,
let me tell you,
look, he
I
looked like a
watched,
dick with ears,
dude,
and that's
listen,
a fact.
I watched him do maybe not the same things that you and Benny did, but he also went to 110 Ben Hill Road. And I don't understand the animosity that y'all are having for each other. Um, I mean, he's going to give his opinions like you do, and
Let me
he's
let me
going
say something. Let me say something. Let me say something. You don't see me in a photo with Don. You don't see me in a photo with Don Wells with his arm around my neck. I'm not the one that goes and puts that on my Facebook profile, on my Facebook
but I
cover
thought when
page or
Don got
whatever.
out of jail, he didn't want you around.
Maybe there's a reason.
Okay, well
Now,
then he's not going to
now,
take a picture with you with your arm around his neck.
I wouldn't take a picture with Don Wells with his arm around me anyways. I might have him in a headlock, choking his eyeballs out, and not take a picture like that. But you know, no. I look at things differently, and you know, I had a good conversation with Dawn. I've had a couple different conversations with Dawn. I'll probably end up having more in the future, to be honest with you. But um, I'm the guy that, you know, a lot of people on the internet, they ping me in the wrong way. They say I'm this, they say I'm that, and they're deadly wrong. But they're deadly wrong about me.
Well, I think that
Uh,
you're categorizing some people because, I mean, me, I've never pegged you as anything.
well,
I
no,
mean,
but there's a lot of people that have, and nobody's ever got to see me like actually really go at someone or do something. I'm the kind of guy to walk up and slap your brains completely out of your head, pull the trigger right in front of your face, and don't care, and it don't even bother my heart if I
Ernie,
had to do it. I'm just saying, if I had to do it, that's the kind of person I am. I don't register like that. It don't register. Look, you don't go up in New York, and you don't go up here where I'm at here in Queens and New York City and Times Square and get ready to go to Chicago and places like that in the hood without having just a little bit of crazy. Okay, you don't do that, especially when you don't have nothing and you're learning to live off the land again. You're surviving. You're using everything you've ever been taught in survival skills or anything. You have to use it. So you don't do that. Even though it's a little bit better now with technology, it's still quite the drag. I just say that.
that's quite the word, a drag.
It is. It's
My
quite the
this is
fucking
this
drag.
is the thing, Ernie. I have followed you. I've followed you, especially when you've been talking about the Summer Wells case, and I mean, I can ask you the same question 1,000 different ways, and you kind of skirt around it. Um, when so that whole time that you and I'm going to call it canoodling. You can call it whatever you want. You were canoodling with Candace. You were never told anything that helped you find out what happened or where Summer was, correct?
No, that's not correct.
Why did law enforcement tell you to stay away from the Summer Wells case?
Uh, see, that's the mess too. Law enforcement talking about Ronnie Lawson is the one that done that. TBI never. TBI never did. I've had a couple of different conversations with
But why
TBI.
would Ronnie Lawson say that to you?
Well, let's look at this. Go back to the timeline when I brought that out the first
Okay.
time.
A lot of people brought it out that the timeline was fucked up, that
No, no,
nobody.
no, 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 no. When I brought it out about Ronnie Lawson having his
Mhm,
officer pull me over direct from the sheriff and
right?
saying it's best you stay away from this case. Go look
Why?
at that. And then they
If
did it
but
again. And then
if
they
you
called me. Listen to me. Go to the timeline when I put that out there. Go look what happened 4 days later. 4 days later. I'll never will forget that. Ronnie's Lawson's
okay,
son got brought in for pedophilia.
but that had nothing to do with Summer's case. Or are you saying it did have, and that's why he didn't want you discussing it?
When you talk about pedophilia, you have to understand there's called what's it called the outer ring of pedophilia. And then it goes inside what's called the middle ring, just like in any executive protection, anything like that. There's always
Mm,
something outer, there's a middle, and there's an inner. The inner is
mhm,
your circle. The inner is your closest ones.
right?
Now, from the inner to the middle and the inner, they interchange. Now, when the interchange happens and everything, that's when your ring starts developing. They pull from outer sources. Now, am I saying that certain people know certain people? Maybe. Am I saying that certain people are pedophiles still that's not been brought in? Hell yeah. Look at what Ben Hill was. Look at all the pedophilia. Look at all the pedophiles and shit that was around that area. And then, I mean, just go in the NSOPW and look at it. You'll see still look around that area. See, a lot of people don't look at that stuff. They don't know the geographical stuff. They don't even
Do
look at
you
any of that.
do you feel like what was brought out about Don Wells and the piddling the 5-year-old stepsister and Do
Look,
you?
Don's got a way of life that it ain't exactly a way of life that I would take up or anything. But he he's definitely been named for a few things. Now, does that mean that he's actually responsible for Summer Wells? No, it don't. And law enforcement's already, okay. So I said this. I said give it till October. Do you remember me saying that?
I remember you said last. It's been a while, but you said something was going to
I
happen
said
in 2 weeks.
this October. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I think something's going to change or move, or something's going to. I mean, we're in September now, so I mean, we ain't got that long to go, right?
Right?
So let's just see. Let's just see. Let's just see what happens, and if hey, if I just got a hunch, I just got a hunch, and maybe something happens, maybe something breaks, and hopefully it does. But I've got I've actually got something I got to go to right now, and I got to make sure that I've got my P's and Q's covered for tonight. I've got a big live, and I really don't want to I don't want to miss this. So
Well, I will say this to Ernie, to you, Ernie. I wish you nothing but the best in whatever you're doing. And I would absolutely love you to come back, and I will try to be prepared, and maybe we can have some good conversation, and just an open, honest conversation, no
we can do
bullshit.
that.
And I would appreciate if you would do that. I would also
We can
love
do
for
that.
Caesar to come over and have a conversation with me. My intention is not to get you or Benny Keys over to my channel to,
Yeah, we can.
demean you guys or anything like that at all.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
Um,
said, I'm more than welcome to do that. We'll do that. But
okay,
I
now
gotta.
tell me you're sorry for calling me stupid.
I am. I'm and well, let's wait till another time before we do that. That way I do a whole apology thing, or I can at least get out of it or something. Okay. Be safe. Okay. Have fun, guys.
Later,
Be
Ernie.
safe.
Bye. You wouldn't say he was sorry for calling me stupid. All right, there, Ernie. I ain't never called you stupid. For real. Now, listen, I know a lot of people were like, Ernie, you're an asshole or whatever. He's been called everything by everybody. I don't think he cares, to be honest, for sure. Yeah, he'll double down on it. Ernie's the type of person he waits. He'll wait to see what I say about him, and then he'll decide if I'm stupid or not. I'm good with it because what a lot of people don't realize, he called me stupid because I let Constance Sue up on my panel. So that's why he called me stupid. Um, I didn't have time to pull up the conversations that he had already had with Don Wells. I do have those. I have them transcribed. Um, I don't believe that anything had been said to Ernie that Candace hadn't already said to other people. That's just my opinion. Okay. He admitted to being a sociopath. Yeah, Matt, the stolen valor guy was up here. I have never dogged him out about that. Not once have I dogged him out about that. And I could. I mean, but there's so many people that done it that I don't need to do it. With Ernie, I've only ever truly cared about what he has said about the Summer Wells case. So on a call that Ernie had with Don and Candace, let's just go over that. a little bit. Oh, wait, I want to shoot. Let me see what page this is. What page is this? Oh, how many words? This is what I have in words right now. 871,069 words. That is what I have written so far in Summer's case. And that's not including the big bag of notes that I have sitting here either. Matt, I messaged you on Facebook and asked you if I kind of sent you like a little guide on because you do the Georgia, is that the newspaper thing? I just wanted to kind of get your opinion on a couple things. So you never got back with me, but I know that you were really busy. But I kind of would like to get your opinion because, you know, you're the guy that I know will give me the opinion, an honest opinion on a couple things. So, yeah, there's a lot of people who dogged Ernie out about the stolen valor and all that stuff. And yes, Justin, I will drop your channel link. Justin, why don't you just come in here and drop your own channel link? You're a mod. Justin wanted me to drop his link, and I'm sorry, Justin, if you I didn't drop Justin. He left on his own for sure. You know, I'm a veteran too. They already dogged him on all of that. I mean, for me, there's no sense for me to get him up here and start going in on him for shit that we already know. There were quite a few people who covered that. So, for real. And I love veterans. And I thank everybody who has served our country. I don't really come out here and talk about mine, not because I'm trying to hide anything. I never went into a wartime situation, and it's just me. I put that way above myself, for sure. But yeah, I got a whole lot of notes here, you guys. A whole lot of notes. But Ernie was asking Candace if he could bring basically Fort Knox to 110 Ben Hill Road to look for Summer. Candace didn't want Ernie up on the hill. Not to look for Summer anyway. She let him come up there to bring a pizza. She let him come up there to do this or do that. Absolutely did not want Ernie up on the hill to look for her daughter. For her to sit there and say that Hawkins County told her not to search for her daughter, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't see that. I just can't. She admitted herself. She never even went out on the property. So how is she going to sit and say, there's a lot in here. And honestly, I'm not being a dick to Ernie, and I don't want to sound like I'm being a bitch to Ernie. I I don't know if I would get an answer or if he would do a Don Wells and I would be sitting here for a half an hour and him still not answer the question, for sure. But I truly believe that Candace was talking to him about Don and telling him some of the things that Don had done to her. And I mean, he had to admit at one time, him and Benny were like, you know, a wrestling match, and they wanted to see who was going to take home the belt. Did I really care about that? No, not at all. Give me a couple minutes, you guys. Just please be respectful to each other in chat. I've been on here 2 hours, and I definitely want to finish listening to what Candace has to say here, because I know that some people are like, you show things and you don't shut up. That is true. I show things and I comment on them. So just give me 1 second, you guys. I'm going to pop over to my Keurig here and make me a hot cup of coffee. So give me just a second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Candace, Dawn could care less about the kids. You know, Deb, I don't want to say Candace didn't care. I think she did care. And I'm not going to sit here and say that she was guilty of whatever happened to Summer. I don't know. I can't say that. I really can't. I believe that a lot of people went to 110 Ben Hill Road that weren't prepared for what they witnessed while they were there. Benny Keys has talked about before that it was a totally different environment that he walked into. Totally different environment that he walked into. Now, this is my opinion. Him and Ernie both can say that I'm not going to say that it wasn't about Summer, because I do believe that both of them, whether you want to think so or not, truly wanted Summer to be found. But they also made a lot of money. And I don't know why Ernie said he didn't make any money. Ernie was making money. Benny made quite a good sum amount. But then again, they were creators. They were spending their time. They were doing the research. They had intertwined themselves in the situation. So I always say this, and people may not believe what I'm saying. It's not my thing to care about how other people make their money. For real. Now, can I look at some situations and go, WTF? Can't believe this person got $5,000 in 15 fucking minutes. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me, for real. Hang on, I don't know who that is. Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, sorry, I've been playing phone tag with my sister for the last 3 days. The lies Ern tells could get himself or someone else unalived at this point. I think he believes he's on. Well, he sat right up here and said that he'd pew somebody in their face. Okay. And I'm like, Ernie, right? Dawn found a job. Bullhorn Betty got. May, from what I remember about that, Bullhorn Betty, yes, they went there. They acted foolish while they were there. But from my understanding, and I'll say this is hearsay, but it made sense to me that Dawn was asked, don't be on social media while you are in these homes working. And Dawn did not do that. Also, from my understanding, the owner of the contractor, main contractor, his wife was being sent things about Don Wells, about what he did to his stepsisters, some of the things that he was saying, and Tucker's wife said no go. They weren't comfortable with him being there any longer. But that's from the way that like I said, I'll say it's hearsay, but it made complete sense to me. Complete sense to me, for sure. All right, let's see. Let's get this finished with what Candace was saying. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate that. I really do. I like Six Up too. Some of them I don't get a chance to watch all the time, but I enjoy Six Up too. Well, Flies missed it. She'll have to go back to chat and see where Ernie said that he loved her. She'll get a big kick out of that. Oh, wait, I got it. Oh, okay. No, I didn't.
Nothing. Nothing happened to them.
Nothing happened to who?
Okay, well,
I'm not seeing.
I mean, where do y'all want to start? I mean, honestly.
With that day, Candace. From that morning on.
I mean, I'll go wherever y'all want to look. You want to go?
I'll go wherever y'all want to look. But you just told everybody that Hawkins County told you not to look. But think about it like this, you guys. If Candace knows exactly what happened to Summer, what is going to happen if she finds her? People are going to be like, oh my gosh, she found Summer. How did she know where to look? Okay? That's looking at it that way, for sure. Oh, thank you, Golden Grace. Thank you so much. Girl, we get feisty over here sometimes, and I admit that. I admit I get pretty feisty over here sometimes. But I don't mean any harm by it, okay? And if somebody feels like they're getting scolded, there may be a reason why I scolded them. I'm just saying. But we are pretty cool over here. And I do love my chat because, you know, we can all have different opinions and theories and everything. And I love having the conversation. I don't want people to agree with me. I don't. I don't. I don't. And I know people were probably like, you went hard at Act Right Bitches. Let me tell you guys something. For people who want to talk and don't like Andrew Hiltz, okay? Don't like Andrew Hiltz. Why would you want to come into my chat and that's the only person you mention when you come into my chat? That's not the first time. What was the purpose in that? Why, if you don't like Andrew Hiltz and you're spending a lot of time showing Andrew's fuck shit, why would you come into my chat and want him to get that attention? Why? Because honestly, and that's the truth, I don't give a fuck about Andrew Hiltz. Hadn't thought about him, don't watch him. I don't care what the guy's saying or doing. Go back through my content. Every interview I ever did with Andrew Hiltz, I proved he was lying. For sure. Go to somebody else's chat and say whatever you want about fucking Andrew. I really don't care. But no, not over here. For sure. Well, you're welcome here anytime, Golden Grace. Anytime. What's up, Stein Eric?
Look, I'll go look. Shit.
Why didn't you go look with Ernie then, Candace?
Excuse me. I'm not sure if they are still looking or not. I'm not so sure about that.
You're not sure if they're looking or not. But yet TBI was just there, right? Wasn't that a thing that TBI went there and then they went and looked at a warehouse or something, right?
Well, Mary, I believe she's still with us. But hell,
Well,
if y'all want to go look somewhere, we'll all go look together. Fuck it.
why, if that's the case, Candace, I know people don't care for Ernie Shell. Where's all your private investigators that are supposed to be looking? So now, after all this time, I mean, if you believe she's still with us, and I hope she is, I pray that she is, right? Why wait all this time? Yeah, I know, Poppy. I know.
Uh, Jim, because that's what TBI and Hawkins County told us. We were not allowed to look.
Oh, now she's saying TBI told him too.
Mary, I'm not sure why she did what she did. I
Why,
can't
who did
answer
what she did?
why my mother left. I could not answer that. I don't know. She won't tell me.
Wait, after all this time, Candace, now all of a sudden you're going to say your mom didn't tell you why she left. I'm just going to take a gander here. We're going to take a gander guess here. She was being accused of doing something to your daughter. She was, even though she was in a camper, she still had to listen to you and Dawn. Okay? Every day, all day, all night, intoxicated, wasted, calling names, smacking each other around. Believe me, my ass couldn't have got that trailer hooked up to my truck fast enough to get the fuck off of 110 Ben Hill Road. But that's just me. Why wouldn't her mom be allowed to leave the state? That's what she put down in the restraining order report, right, Just A? She was afraid for her mother. Just like they didn't stop Dawn and Candace from leaving the state. The only reason Dawn had to go back was because of, I think his PO or something said he had to go back. But this is what I don't understand. Tell me if this makes any sense. When they gave up the rights to the boys, obviously Dawn wanted the paperwork to say that they were allowed to be around children. It doesn't say his children, her children, just children in general, which says to me that prior to that, Were they supposed to be around children? Were they actually supposed to be around Dawn's grandchildren? Were they supposed to be around children at all? Because once they got that paperwork, and they just got that paperwork that states you can be around children now. Kind of weird, right? And I'm going to say this right now. No, that's why when Ernie started talking about White Boy Lockdown Radio, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the fuck does it matter if he's doing parodies and putting a freaking dress on? It's called a parody for a reason. So, no, the opinions of this channel are not necessarily the opinions of others. I didn't see where Ernie had a right to say anything about Matt or his wife at all. None whatsoever. Why would Ernie care? Why would he care? Some of the photos of Ernie with makeup on. Who cares? Well, we don't know what Ernie does in the dark. I'm just going to say, for real. What about your little kitty cat outfit, Ernie? And yeah, I had to, I did have to nip that. I had to grab that really quickly, for sure.
Them ants crawling on me. Okay, Vanessa, let's do it.
Really, you want to do it now, Candace?
Yeah, Justice, I do think she's alive. Yeah, you fucking right, I do.
Okay,
In a
so
heart fucking beat.
where are you going to go look for her if she's alive? So you're saying she's alive in the area?
Just. I
Is
mean,
what
she
you're
was smart to
saying.
leave. What the fuck you mean by that?
That's what she's saying.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Candace, you know why your mom left. Don't act like you don't
Huh.
know why your mom left.
I'll go wherever y'all want to go.
Really?
No, I don't believe they are. No, I don't believe they are.
Now, she says that she doesn't believe law enforcement are looking or doing anything. But do you guys remember when they were out there doing a search and she was in the house playing Monopoly or something, some kind of game? She didn't even know they were out there. Candace knows about Summer's whereabouts and she's deceased and they didn't give her a decent send-off. Karma will definitely be catching up with her and whoever is involved. We've seen some cases that are not even solved with missing adults and children for years. For years, you guys. Now, could we be overthinking a lot of it? Yes, we could be. There's many times when I'm like, let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to the basics. That is hard to do with new creators coming in, new people coming in. because you're continuously having to explain hearsay and different things like that. And I've always said there are so many little fires that were started in Summer's case that the main fire, you can't get to it because you're continuously trying to find out how the little fires started. You put them out, and after all these years, people are still starting little fires to keep from getting to the main bonfire to see how it got started.
Thank you, Jay. That sounds odd that y'all can't look for Summer. They be wasting their breath telling me I couldn't look
That's true, Candace.
for any child live near me is missing. Well, that's what they tell us.
And did you guys notice that? I think somebody in chat mentioned it earlier. She's making her rounds. She's going to Ernie's chat. She went back over to Daisy's. She's going places that she knows where the sympathizers are. Does that make sense? Yeah, she cried like a baby on Dr. Phil for sure.
Dragon, I don't know anything about my damn sister. Look, oh my god, I was living in Arkansas when my sister went missing. I don't fucking know any of that.
You were on your way to Tennessee, Candace. Remember? The sad thing that I see is...
Yeah, they always gonna tell everybody everything else but me, alright?
Have you ever went and sat down to have a discussion with them? To have a conversation with them?
What does everybody think about this new fucking BPI? Jason, or whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't know anything about the new PI. Nothing at all. What did you think about him? Did you have a conversation with him?
Yeah, innocent. Jason, you know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude or mean, but I think he is a joke. I'm sorry, but I think he is a joke.
Why? Why is he a joke, but not some of the other people you've been hanging with? But he's a joke. I don't know, y'all. All right, Can. We about done with you, Can. Where the fuck are you at?
I don't know, Dragon. I really don't know.
Where the hell is she at? And
yes, Mary, she does.
it looks like a chicken coop.
Yeah, Dragon, he's out of Utah. He's not. To me, he's a. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's hard to explain, honestly.
What is hard to explain about the guy? He
He
says he's a private investigator out of Utah.
For homeless, pain your family has suffered it. All of you. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Uh,
She said he's out of Utah. I mean, she's right about that.
I'm gonna get off here. My headphones are fixing to die. But I'll come back tomorrow and talk to y'all because this is like it's major. It's fucking major. Like how the fuck do children just come up missing?
How do they come up missing, Candace?
Partner, mama, I'm doing okay.
And I agree. Children go missing within
I will.
seconds, you guys.
I'll be safe. I'll be okay. And okay, I will. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all have a blessed night. I just don't understand people.
I don't think people understand you, ma'am.
Well, Lori, I'm not having fun, but I'm living by the faith of God, and I'm praying
Oh,
that God will bring answers soon.
well, Ernie says it's coming in October.
I'm saying I'm kind of upset tonight, but it's okay. I'll be alright. God loves me, and God loves y'all.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure he loves you too, Can.
Yeah, God knows what we need. Yep, you're sure right.
Yep. God knows you need them cash apps. But if Dawn's working, why she need...
I've been crying for the past few nights. I just can't.
Why?
I've been crying again tonight, and I can't show y'all my faces because it'd be bad. It'd be real bad.
Okay, so she's just saying she'd been
But I hope
crying
y'all
and
have a
stuff.
blessed and good evening. I love y'all.
All right, Can. And you guys may not believe this, but I've never wished harm on Candace. I never have. So, and I'm not going to sit over here and tell people not to help her. She's saying that one minute she says she's not with Dawn, the next minute she's with Dawn. I don't think, this is my opinion, I do not believe that a new sheriff isn't going to already know what Ronnie Lawson knows. Thank you, Knight. Obviously, Poppy, Dawn's not taking care of her. I mean, Ernie always does that, Cinnamon Girl. I mean, last time I talked to him, he was like, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. The only reason Ernie came up here, he wanted to pimp himself out for tonight, is what he wanted to do. I mean, no, I'm not stupid. I know exactly what he was doing. So, do I think Ronnie Lawson knows stuff that he's not telling us? Absolutely. He's the sheriff. Thank you, Cinnamon Girl. I tried to tell somebody that yesterday. Please don't come in my chat and talk about being an addict that lost your children. And I don't care if you got thick skin or not. Somebody gets angry with you, they are going to ram that down your throat. They are going to ram it down your throat. For sure. And yes, I'm going to go over and monetize this. I wasn't going to, but I've been on here long enough, and so yes, I'm going to monetize it. Anybody got anything to say about that? I'm sure people do, but oh well. Oh well. And yes, I left Ernie's link to Candus being in his chat last night. That is in my description. I also put in the description that Changango Unchained guy, where he's talking about the people. I mean, the thing with that, the dude comes out and talks about the little girl coming and knocking on his door, giving him a little box with her name in it. But yet, the name in the box, he doesn't say what the name was in the box. For real. Well, I'm sure because I watched it, 924. I watched it. You don't see a link to what? It's in my description. I didn't put it in my chat. It's in my description. So if you pop over to Remain Calm, it's in the description. That's why I didn't put it in the chat, because it's in the description. I only watched it. I mean, some people may find it interesting. For sure. But they're getting along now. Benny and Ernie's getting along now, so for sure. Thank you, Sage. Thank you so much. That means a lot, girl. It really does. I'm not going to tell you it's not worth the watch, because you might get something out of it that I didn't. So I would never tell you not to go watch something, for sure. For sure. I guess it's different with me, you guys, because the questions that I want to ask, and like I told Ernie, when he just pops up here, I don't expect Ernie to come up here. So questions that I have for Ernie, I don't have sitting in front of me. A lot of it is questioning what I have in my notes. And so it's just not like he pops up here and I have the questions right in front of me. And let me tell you guys something. And I know it. Ernie knows it. The only reason he came over here is because he was pimping himself out. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say Ernie's been a dick to me. He's done dickish things, but Ernie's never done anything to me at all. So it's okay if he wants to come and pour himself out on my channel to get people to come and watch him. I mean, I would definitely probably watch Him and BK have a conversation, as long as it wasn't bullshit and they were being very transparent about things that they know. But YouTube, good for him. That's what he said on my channel. So let's not mention creators in my chat, please. He needlessly, one of his lives. Well, I mean, damn, Ernie did that? That's crazy. That's what I've known of Ernie for years. For years. I've just never, gotten involved with him or his channel or anything like that. So, but Ernie says a lot of things. Ernie says a lot of things. I'm just not one to have to read between the lines for sure. But I don't necessarily think that, and look, I don't even know if it's true that law enforcement told Ernie to stay away. But of course, he had a reason for that. And I don't think it had anything to do with Ronnie Lawson's son. Not at all. So, but he can say that if he wants. All the people can say whatever they want to. But no, if there's going to be truth be told, and, now all of a sudden Candace says they don't want me looking for Summer. But hey, all of you strangers out there, if you want to come, I'll go look with you. Make that make sense. Yeah, I usually catch up with Ernie on clip channels. Is usually where I catch up with Ernie at. I'm seeing if I can. Candace was speaking with Ernie live, said she didn't know of any caves on the property, doesn't want anyone on the property, saying law enforcement has searched the property many times, says no caves, said that she is aware of, but doesn't know because she doesn't venture off her property. She was questioned about how the house runs. An example is the house to the creek. Said everybody talks crazy shit. She'd been there 10 years. She doesn't even deal with any of her neighbors. Oh, thank you, Cinnamon Girl. Thank you so much. That is so much appreciated. It really is. Thank you so much. Let's see. She said, Candace pretty much said she doesn't know the neighbors, hadn't been back up in the area, doesn't know how far back TBI has been at the time. She doesn't care what anyone does as long as they don't go snooping around on her property. Again, she stated no caves on the property, no dug-ins. There is nothing on the property. Says the property is a few acres. As we know, it's 11 and a half acres. I would love to have 11 acres. I would love to own my own house on 1 acre. She stated that she'd been around the property. Okay, that's the caves, tunnels, no underground swimming areas, no shit like that on the property. Ma'am, what are you doing? Why do you do this to me? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Hold on, let me turn my camera on. Look. You want to say hi? Turn your head around. Show everybody how beautiful you are. Tell them, I'm so beautiful. And I love to get in my mama's way when she's on YouTube. Let me see. Girl, please. Oh, thanks, May May. Maybe I'll put a little house on there, May May. Are you having trouble seeing, Sage? Okay, so let me see if there's anything interesting that she is saying in here. Okay, so she talks about also the shoe. Because if y'all remember, there was a shoe. Benny said that Brad Wishon was wanting that shoe for some reason. I don't know why he wanted that shoe. I don't know. I never really followed that to figure out what the hell Brad Wishon was even doing. They were talking about the, what was it called? The Scribble Tunnel. There was the tunnel, the haunted tunnel that they had a picture of Summer in front of. She said it's about 35 minutes. Having been there, it's like a drive-through. Said that's the only one she'd been to. The shoe that Benny has shown on YouTube was just a shoe he found in the yard. Kids would take their shoes off in the yard. In this conversation, she said that these are her words. Jody Sue is a crazy psycho bitch and just wanted to make herself relevant and stay away from her bullshit. That's what she said. She said a kid missing her toy out of a Happy Meal. That's what she said. She said she didn't know what Don was doing when he returned home. She was just looking for Summer, saying she didn't know if there was a scream telling of noise being at each property, saying she is not a liar and doesn't have an ounce in her body or energy. 4:30 scream, law enforcement called 623, 626, I believe. She's full of what ifs. Days are concurrent, like Warzone. There was so much going on, she can't remember people. Hating on her. Summer and her boys were her pride and joy. And everyone on social media is acting stupid, not helping. She wants her daughter back. But says she doesn't go up in that shit, meaning she doesn't go up in the mountains, but can promise one thing. There ain't, these are her words, ain't no motherfucking shit on her property. No matter what is said, if she knew what happened to Summer, she wouldn't be asking people to help. She stated no sheds, no basements. They talked about the house at 125. No wells, no nothing. No searching coming from higher up. Dawn owns it, but she says basically being Don's wife. It goes hand in hand. She's also stated that a lawyer found out about Ernie wanted to search and said the lawyer told her no searching. The lawyers told her that. She said it was, the uppers told her that. She said it was a lawyer. Said she hadn't at that time been to the back of the holler. At this time, she stated she had not been in contact with Tim Mullins for 3 to 4 weeks. Said he was trying to Facebook friend her, and she ignored it, saying, this is what she said, Tim and Benny are involved together. She's not getting into the fighting match arena, saying she doesn't know what is going on and they're fighting. They're acting a fool, talking about everyone, trying to make money off Summer. That's when she asked for camping equipment and stuff. A lot of people got her a tent and got her things to go camping and different things like that. She told him, do not bring people up to the property. And I had to agree with her on that. Because if somebody did something to Summer, they could have easily taken something up there and, put it up there. At that time, she felt that she was 99.9% sure that a predator came up and got Summer. She said they didn't realize the number of sex offenders within even a mile. Doesn't feel like there's evidence on the property. She did not say someone came in the house and got her. Ernie said Don told him that. She said she didn't know what Don said, that they did not get into each other's business. They did not get into each other's phones. They didn't do that. They just didn't do anything like that. Right? Oh, what you want, Ern? All right, let me give Ernie a link. Don't holler at me, Ernie. It's been a long day, buddy. It's been a long day, Ernie. She could have searched with the PI. They would not stop her. No, they wouldn't have stopped her from being with somebody, right? No, Don and Candace polygraphs were never made public. Don was going to show them at one time, but didn't do it. What time's your live start, Ernie? I didn't see him in there. I was reading my notes. I was reading my notes. What's up? You missed me. That's why you came back. You missed me, didn't you?
No, I just had to make sure I get my ticket for the bus.
Get your ticket for the bus?
Yeah, I had to make sure. Well, the train, not a bus, the train.
Oh, you had to make sure you got a ticket.
Yeah. It's hard as hell when you ain't got a ticket for a train. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't want to miss it. I was going to tell everybody. You said you get ready to go. You said it's been a long day for you. The next live I do is right after your live's over. I'm going to do a live, and I'm going to try to explain to everybody. Because
a little about what Don said, what Don didn't say, how he said it, and then the part about what Candace, or I'm gonna kind of do a live when you get off here. Hopefully, I'll be off this damn, I'll be out of this damn subway, and I'll be able to do something.
Okay, so
So,
Ernie is doing a live here in a little bit, and he's going to talk about what he just mentioned. So,
yeah, my train's gonna be here. So, in about 15 minutes, I'll be live. Okay, be safe, guys.
later. Ernie's on the train. Ernie, don't take it down. I'll watch it later. I'm not coming over there tonight, though. We'll see. I told you he was pimping himself out. You guys didn't believe me, did you? That was Ernie's train. Yeah. Yep, that was Ernie's train. Don't miss it, Ernie. That's my sound. That's my sound effects right there. I had to use it. I mean, he walked right in there, and for sure. Yeah, the Lillian name, right? Yeah. I know I've got a live somewhere about all of that, and I think I showed the little girl being in a camper. That shit was weird. The Chango stuff is really strange. I mean, I can show the one he just did. I'm sure he won't mind. I mean, I already got the description in there, right? Let me see where it's at. But the thing about with Ernie is I'll catch him in contradictions. If he says something that he's already said before and he contradicts it, I will know that he contradicted himself. Oh, maybe I didn't get it, you guys. Anyhow, the guy, his link is, I'll find it. Let me go to my own channel description here and find it. Remain calm, remain calm. All right, hold on. I hate hearing my own voice. People don't need to tell me I got a sucky voice because I do. I know it. And I'm not afraid to show it. All right, I got it. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me get some of these tabs pulled off here. Okay, that's where the dad. I've got a case that I'm working on. We'll probably talk about it tomorrow. Okay, this is Ernie's back. Damn, Ernie, that train, he's like, I'm at the wrong place. I gotta go. I hear that train a-coming. It's rolling round the bend. And I ain't seen no sunshine since I don't know when. My name is Ernie Shale. And time keeps dragging on. But I hear that whistle coming. Okay. Let's pop over here and we will talk about this and then I'll get my butt off of here. So I think the next time I talk about summer, what I'm going to do is only use my notes. I'm not going to pull up this stuff. or anything like that. For sure. So this is Chango. He looks a lot different. He shaved his head and all that stuff. Are we sure he's not a boy named Sue? I don't know, Cinnamon Girl. All right.
So, how do you
Turn
know?
the captions on.
Back in 2023, thought I saw Summer Wells. That ain't gonna work. And the cop said it wasn't her. And from I can find out, it ain't her. But it's bothering me real bad. I just went to see a psychiatrist.
The dude just went and seen a psychiatrist. Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with psychiatrists or calculators. I'm just saying.
I got other problems. I live in a shitty camper.
Oh,
Got a shitty life.
okay. Nothing wrong with that. Well, there is something wrong with that.
You
Later,
feel some kind of
Steiners.
way. I know people think I'm a crackhead.
I don't think you're a
I'm
crackhead.
not. I've been through so much and my nerves are wore out.
Oh, I get it. My
My
nerves
body
wore
wore
out
out.
too.
You probably can hear my teeth clinking around.
Yeah,
My teeth are wore out.
you can hear mine when I put them in.
But I got enough sense in me to know something wasn't right with that situation, whether it was just a family having family problems, or if that plastic container it had in black magic marker written Wells 216 means anything. I don't know. I don't.
This dude continuously talks about a plastic container that has Wells 216 on it. Now, if someone took a little girl, why would you take a plastic container that had her last name and the address 216 on it? I don't know. There's weird shit all over. All right, Sage. He's being looked for aggravated assault. Wow. Really? Well, that's crazy. Wonder why I didn't get one.
This damn family mad at me. But damn, y'all, he left the little girl for 2 hours and let somebody else was living there that I didn't know about. I seen some dude that looked like, well, y'all know who he looked like, Andy, our son. He just looked, he had that red hair. Look, man, just trust and believe. I'm not a good communicator.
Yeah, okay, this is already making no sense to me. He said the little girl was with an old man and a woman who drove a trash truck. They also went and purchased 2 donkeys. The old man will give the little girl rides on the donkeys. What the fuck are you talking about? What? Okay.
It had in black
Lord
magic marker
Jesus,
written
take the
Wells
wheel.
216. Means anything. I don't know. I don't want this damn family mad at me. But damn, y'all.
Why would that family be mad at you when you never... I would figure you would have done pissed them off earlier, like in 2023, when you were putting out those little Facebook videos of some little girl in a camper.
He left the little girl for 2 hours and let somebody else was living there that I didn't know about. I seen some dude that looked like, well, y'all know who he looked like, Andy.
Now, wait. So now he's saying, y'all left that little girl for 2 hours unless somebody was in there I didn't know about. But there was some dude, y'all know he kind of looked like Andy. Jesus, take the wheel. Lord.
Our son, he just looked, he had that red hair. Look, man, just trust and believe. I'm not a good communicator. I lose my train of thought. But this man moved in, And once before I met a man, his name was Howard Paysor. And you can look up the Paysor family, you can look up Howard Paysor. I met that man years ago back when I lived in Belmont. I shook his hand, and when I did, I had like visions. And I've been getting visions all my life. I just told him I dream in Technicolor.
He dreams in Technicolor. Jody hears sounds. What was it? Jody can see shapes out of sounds. Some shit like that.
I go to a dimension when I sleep that's equal to this. It's just like the damn Wizard of Oz.
Patty Ponytail. This is Changango. Changango Unchained. All right. So it sounds like he has, what is it when you leave your body? Somebody knows the answer to it. What is it when you're sleeping and you leave your body? Well, he's going to the Wizard of Oz.
Everything's the same but different. But there's different people, there's different houses and different highways, but they're just going to the same places. You trust me, I'm cuckoo, but I know enough to know that, well, 216, if you're spiritual, it might mean something to you.
What does Wells... What? I'm spiritual, but I don't think there's anything in the Bible about Wells 3:16 or 2:16. What does 2:16 mean spiritually? Dang, remain calm's just a Googler. Astral projection. Transcendence. Thank you, guys. Is that a question, Jackie? Are you asking me if I am? Not yet. I need a piece of candy, though, because I'm starting to get a headache. I am starting to get a headache. Yeah, you've missed about 3 hours, Patty Ponytail. And I'm going to get ready to get off here right after this. Spiritually, the number 216 have multiple meanings, representing opportunities and fulfillment of life person in angel numbers. Being associated with the Kabbalistic concept of Geruah and the hidden names of God, or symbolizing the mark of the beast in some Christian context, as popularized by the Left Behind book series. So it can be a message from the divine realm, suggest you're on the right path to fulfilling your life purpose. It also indicates that abundant opportunities are available to you. Interesting.
But what happened is how we go back to Howard Paysor. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not.
Oh, Jackie, that's funny.
Howard Paysor went to the methadone clinic, and I got fair use on this, so I don't want his family mad at me either. He went to the methadone clinic, which was a long way away from Cherryville, North Carolina. He went all the way over to Wilson Boulevard, Charlotte. And on his way home, he fell asleep. And I forget what he was driving, but he ran over a young lady. She was like 16 years old.
So he did the methadone.
And I forget what the law is now. It's like Amber's Law. If you hit somebody drunk, you kill somebody.
Amber's Law.
There's a law, trust me. Look it up. Paysor.
I don't think it's Amber's
Law.
Law.
I shook his hand, and when I shook his hand, just before that happened, something evil went through him to me, and I'm like, oh, something ain't right with this dude. And then that happened. And this guy showed.
What'd you do with the evilness? All right, here you go. Remain calm's going to do you a favor. Just because I'm a nice person. We have our Bitch Be Gone spray. Y'all see it? It has holy water and sage. Now, I had to put some more sage in it because we needed to make it really strong because there's a lot of demons out there. Satan is out there. Here I am. Here you go, sir. Let me spray that evilness right out of your body. All right. So the dude passed on some evil shit by shaking his hand. I ain't gonna sit here and say that can't happen. Yeah, it may be the wrong movie. Oh, Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. I don't know who he's talking to us, Stein Eric. He is talking to us. I'm not shaking his hand through the monitor. Heck no. Keep that Ramsey guy shot a police officer who is uncritical. That is horrible, Sage. That is so sad. That's happening everywhere.
Goes up, he's an old man, he's in his 70s. Got a pretty nice little RV. You know, got to have some money to have it. But he had a little girl. She was like 7 years old, I guess, 6. And she had blonde hair. And I had been watching Summer Wells, not a lot, but I knew of her. And I said, well, that little girl looks like Summer Wells. And I didn't think nothing of it. But the woman there with, she was like, she could have been anywhere from 30 to 50, depending on what kind of past she had. I do believe she might have been a woman from a Tabernacle Church in Alabama, but I'm not sure. So we won't.
Why do you think she was a woman from the Tabernacle Church in Alabama? And she is between 30 and 50. That's a big jump there. But I guess, you know, people have hard lives, so I don't know.
But when I shook his hand, something went through me, just like Howard Peso. Well, again, they went out of town that first weekend. Their dog got tied up around the fence out there, and I went out there and untied it, a little gray, fluffy-looking thing. And I went and knocked on the RV door, and nobody was home. And I looked down, there was a plastic container, and written on it in black magic marker was Wells 216. I said, Now, I'm already thinking I'm crazy, so I just better go back in the house and shut up. But I called my landlord, who's a great guy. And he said, no, don't call the police. We don't need no trouble out here. We've been RVs, you know, we make money. We don't need that bad reputation out here. Well, he went to the doctor the next morning.
We don't need a bad reputation out here. Now, let me tell you guys something that you may not know. And it just doesn't happen, you know, up in the mountains or in the southern states. It happens a little bit everywhere. Individuals will go buy property and they will put campers and trailers on that property. What they do is they will rent or sell these properties to individuals that they know won't be able to pay them. Okay? Now, they'll let them live in there as long as they're handing them their little, you know, money owed every month. And these people believe that they're buying this property, buying these camper trailers. And it doesn't matter how much money they've actually given towards the purchase of these camper trailers. They know that they're not going to be able to pay for them. So they throw them out and they get somebody else right back in there to do the same thing. It's like a rinse and repeat. Like a rinse and repeat.
You know what I did. Cops came out. I said, could you please come do a welfare check? I told them about the container and the little girl. And they came out, man. And when they knocked on that man's door, I was sitting in the car, and he came out with the little girl, and he had his arm around her, and I felt so damn bad. I said, man, this shit ain't right. But she looked just like Summer Wells. I'm sorry.
But she
She's on
wasn't
YouTube to
Summer
this day.
Wells.
Looking like Summer Wells. I'm not going to tell the name anymore. You email me, and I'll talk to you about it.
You don't have to tell her name. You already
But,
did a
Where
long
were
time
we?
ago.
Tell you, my mind goes. Shit sucks. And don't put this on YouTube. I ain't scared. Screw all y'all, man. Do what you want to with this shit.
Thank you.
I'm just worried about 2 little girls. Well, police came out. 2 more came. Then 2 more came. Then 2 more came. Then 2 more. I thought a helicopter was going to come out the sky. Shit, oh my God, I just found somewhere else. Now, damn, Bobby thought he was a hero. I finally did something. Most of my life, since I had got addicted to the drugs in my 30s, wasted. Finally did something. But they called Tennessee, and as soon
But what does this have to do with seeing the psychiatrist? Bobby, I'm lost.
as they called Tennessee, they were gone, and I was the bad guy. Well, I didn't think nothing else about it. And the next weekend, a couple of donkeys show up. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if I'm
Where's the
traveling in an
donkey?
RV, I ain't taking no donkeys with me. I thought that was kind of odd. Well, they seemed pretty cool. You know, that there were normal people, and I felt so bad. I made the little girl swing, and she would go out there and swing. And I tell y'all, if you would have saw her swinging, I saw Summer Wells swinging, you'd be in my position right now. Well, they were.
I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it only because obviously you knew the little girl wasn't Summer Wells. But it was very nice of you to make her a swing.
Fine, man. The man stayed here, and they had a log splitter, and they cut wood all day, and there he was very religious. He didn't talk. He didn't smile. He rode her around on those donkeys. But let me tell you, before all some of this happened, and I kind of forget this about what time and period it happened. It was shortly on before they moved in. She knocked on my door. She didn't say anything. She gave me.
It was shortly before they moved in. Do you guys hear that? It was shortly before they moved in. How is she knocking on your door if they hadn't even moved in yet, Bobby? Jesus, take the wheel, please.
She didn't say anything. She gave me a teddy bear.
Okay, wait. So, out of the blue, before they moved in, I think you mean shortly after they moved in.
About what time and period it happened. It was shortly on before they moved in. She knocked on my door. She didn't say anything. She gave me a teddy bear. She left, knocked on my door again, and gave me like a little stuffed elephant. The next day, she knocked on my door and she gave me a little box. And in it, it had her name written on it and a bunch of hearts. I'm like, oh, that's weird, man. That little girl shouldn't be knocking on my door. So what I did is I filled it with candy. And I took the stuffed animals and I took the candy in the box and took it to her father or grandpa or whoever the man is. And I said, your little girl knocked on my door a few times. She gave me these and I wanted to have them back. And I had just come from the doctor. So I told her, I said, I got cooties. I can't take these. And I didn't want to feel bad. I don't want, Indian giving or whatever. And I gave her the gifts back. Well, they moved here in October. In January 1st, she knocked on my door crying. It was colder than hell outside. She said she went to the landlord's house. She couldn't find her peepaw. So immediately I got my phone. I walked outside. I called my landlord. See if he's over there. And as soon as I called my landlord, the old man pulls up. He didn't say a word. He's kind of grinned a little bit. The only time I ever seen him smile. And he mumbled something. And the little girl lit into him like she ran the show. I'm like, shit. Well, I went back in the house. Ain't none of my business. I done did the whole Wells 216. I'm already feeling bad. Well, that night, they disappeared. And they took the donkeys with them. The woman, and incidentally, she was never here. She was here at night. Sometime, most of the time, I guess, late hours when I was sleeping. When I do sleep. She drove a trash truck. Y'all got some other kids missing. It's got some trash trucks involved. I ain't saying this got anything to do with anything. But y'all spiritual people that be flipping these tarot cards, y'all ought to be able to do something with this.
I don't fucking know. Cinnamon Girl. This makes no freaking sense. Makes no sense. How? I don't know. Maybe Ziggy will do it for you there, Chango. I don't fucking know.
There ought to be some virtual dude that can see whatever they call that telepathic. There ought to be some dude out there that can do something spiritually with the Wells 216, because I see it on YouTube all the time, and I know it's probably a bunch of bullshit. But you go watch that Killer Looks video that he made the other day that said something about Chango on it. Shit scared the hell out of me. I don't know if they're messing with me or if they're really trying to do something, but there's a family that got arrested in Alabama. Same name of these people, families. Family got arrested in Morganton. Same name of these families. CP, all that crazy stuff.
Well, let's Google that. All right. Family arrested in Morgan for let's see. Morgan County man faces 1 count of child exploitation, 33 charges of possession of child. You know, that was back in 2023. He was sentenced to 30 years. There was also a guy 4 months ago. Bailey's accused of buying and sharing child, you know, involving babies, and at least in one case using $30 Apple gift card to pay for it. Let me pull that up. I want to see the date on that. This is Indiana. This was 4 months ago. WTHR. This is actually here in Indiana. Man paid for shared videos of adults. Wow. I'm going to have to do that on its own. That is not cool.
I ain't saying nothing. This man was highly religious. In my opinion, I think I'm crazy. So you got anything to do with anything. From what I see, I contacted people. I contacted John Ward at the Appalachian Channel this morning. I just look crazy. And don't nobody care about a crazy old run down man that lives up in the mountains in a camper. Y'all, this shit fucks me up. I smoke crack. I do drugs. I got addicted to pills from a malpractice operation. You knew how the shit I see on paper with the last names, how they fit to the people on Ben Hill Road, how the little girl was noticed at the Kingsport Seventh-day Adventist Church or whatever they call that damn place. Amen. I get angry too, really quick. I used to be like that. I ain't trying to bring no hardship on nobody. God damn it.
Dude.
The cops left that day. I had the goddamn worst feeling. Y'all motherfuckers don't care.
Oh no. He started to cry. He started to cry. Now I feel like a bitch. Oh my God. Oh my. Mighty, my. I've been on here 3.5 hours. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Sage And Cinnamon Girl, thank you so much for donating to the channel. I appreciate that so much. You guys just don't know how much I appreciate that. Thank you, mods, for hanging out for so long. I know it's been a long day, and I just appreciate all you guys so much. I appreciate you guys' opinions and, you know, what you have to, you know, offer to the channel. You guys are always offering, you know, great stuff. And hey, Mama T, what's up, baby? Hey, don't forget, Ernie's going live. Ernie, I am going to watch you in a little bit. I'm very tired. My brain is tired. Oh, happy birthday, Poppy's husband. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Poppy Red Mustang's husband. Happy birthday to you. What do you mean he just ended it? Are you kidding me? Ernie, dude, you came over here and whored yourself out. What is wrong with you? Did you miss your train? Did you miss the midnight train to Georgia? For real. Thanks, Deb. Why did he private it? He ended a 23-minute live? Let him go. We can't hold him responsible for everything. I didn't have a hold of him. I did not have a hold of that guy. He said he was on a train. I even did my train thingy for him. Oh, he did a live letting everybody know he was going live later. He's in Chicago. Chicago, Chicago. Watch out, Chicago. Ernie Shell is on his way. Ernie can't get 120 in his chat, just mods. Oh, now, Renee Marie. You loved him at one time. Don't even say you did it. Eric, Ernie's a hot mess. We have to keep up with him, geesh. I know he came over here pimping himself out. He even came back a second time. I'm going live here in just a few minutes. It's like, okay. All right, Ernie. For real. He keeps kicking people and his mods are not sub-builder friendly. Oh, I love how you said that. Look, Renee, I didn't care if Ernie wanted to come up here and pimp himself out. Y'all know better than that. If I didn't care if he did it, he wouldn't have come up on my panel. I would have left him in chat. I don't mind Ernie sometimes. I can't do it all the time, but well, you know, Mama T, one thing about these YouTube streets, you got to be careful who you fall in love with, for sure. I hope the feds have me on the next of kin contact list. I'll be glad to identify him. That is so funny. You guys are a hoot. You're a hoot. A hooty toot. For sure. No, he's not on the run, I don't think, DJ. I don't think he's on the run. Yeah, he's really good at pimping himself out. Oh, yeah, he's still got that warrant in Kentucky, right? I forgot about that, Ernie. Is that why you was on the train? Yeah, he is entertaining. I give him that. I'm wanted. Yep. I think Mr. Nobody's got some really good songs about Ernie out there, for sure. For sure, for sure. All right, my ass is getting off here. Yeah. Ernie, I can't watch you tonight, so, don't privatize your live, because I want to talk about it. If you're going to be talking about, if you're really going to be talking about what you said you were talking about, then I would appreciate if you do not privatize it, okay? I'm just really tired right now. I don't think that I could watch you tonight. Thank you, 924. St. Louis, he probably has some unspent causing tokens and free meal vouchers. Oh, Ernie, watch out. You never know when that train's going to derail. And your luck isn't very good. You don't have the best of luck, Ernie. So I hope you get to wherever you're going. For real. All right, go have fun. You guys do you. Thank you for coming over, hanging out. Thank you, mods. I don't know where Flies is at, but she gonna love it that Ernie said he loved her. He would not apologize for calling me stupid, but he wanted to come over here and pimp himself out. Ernie, you dirty dog, you. Like I didn't know what you was doing. For real. For real. Watch out. Here comes Ernie. He's on that train. All right. And as far as Candace, if you guys want to help her, that's totally up to you. There are times when my heart just breaks for her. I can't sit up here and tell you guys she is guilty of whatever happened to Summer. I cannot do that. And I'm not going to sit over here on my channel and make shit up just, just for the fuck of it. I don't do that over here, and I never will. So, I don't care what anybody thinks. I really don't. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate you so much. We love you, girl. We love you. I hope you're doing okay. Duchess, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad, for real. We're praying super hard for you guys and praying for anybody who needs it. So let's call the Amtrak security office. Oh, you better watch it. You'll get the mean girls after you. You mess with Ernie. For real. All right. Peace out. Adore you guys. Have a great night. Enjoy your day tomorrow. I'm going to take Matt's advice. I need to go touch the grass, touch base with my granddaughter and hang out with her for a little while. I miss her. So you guys do you. And, like it says on my community tab, something about, I can't remember. So, MGs get on it. Bear says she'll provide the tip. Oh, we're so bad. We're bad. We're bad. We know it because we're bad. We're bad. And we know it. And we like it. All right. Later, guys. Peace out.